We're here in Michigan's frozen Upper Peninsula to test out Ford SVT's latest Raptor. As you might remember, the last time we checked in with this vehicle, they had just added the SuperCrew body style. For 2011, we've got a little bit more advanced capability still. 8,000-pound towing, up from about 6,000 on the base car. We've also got 1,030 pounds of payload. So that's some real capability that makes this more than just a race truck. You can actually use it for work. It's also been domesticated in some nice ways with a lot of new features like power folding mirrors and a standard 4.2-inch screen borrowed from the Super Duty that allows you to monitor all the various different off-road functions from the dash. A lot of neat stuff. So now we're going to take it to Ford's cold weather testing facility and put it through its paces. Let's go for a ride. It was a really interesting day at the track today. We started out on the slalom course. Large gates, the fastest way through would just be four-wheel drive with everything on, but of course that's no fun. So it did give us a chance though to see how the tuning of the sport mode is. And I was pretty impressed that it does allow just enough rotation of the vehicle, about what you'd want to just go through some of those gates a little quicker. So that was kind of neat. Next up, we did the skid pad. That was kind of interesting. It was glare ice and a little bit of snow on top of that, but it did give us a chance to try some things like two-wheel drive with the rear differential lock. And I was able to actually hold a pretty good curve around there with the opposite lock going on and so forth. That was kind of neat. Most important part of the day, though, was the snow handling course. We learned the most there for sure. We had 3 laps of a little over a mile-long course, I think, with some nice elevation changes, some bumps and dips. I also got a chance to try all the different modes, which are very easily selected and monitored by the new 4.2-inch screen here. We started off with the electronic differential lock, the rear diff locked. And in off-road mode, that'll stay locked at any speed. I went through about 2 turns in that mode and then decided to turn that off because it sort of felt like I was towing a 500-pound sled or something. But the best way was four-wheel drive and sport mode off, actually everything off. That was the most fun. Obviously, probably not the fastest, but fast isn't always fun, and everyone wants to be a finished rally driver, and the flicking and left foot braking and so forth, much more fun in that mode. What I was most impressed with on the handling course was how small this gigantic truck feels. I felt like I could tell exactly how much throttle to give it, exactly how much steering to put in, and so forth, and put the truck exactly where I wanted it the whole way around there. Steering-wise, it's interesting to mention too, they changed the ratio from 20:1 to 16:1 to try and make the long wheelbase SuperCrew feel exactly as nimble and agile as the Super Cab, which, because that longer wheelbase dulls everything, that really speeds it up, and it really does feel pretty darn similar. Another of my favorite improvements for the 2011 Raptor is Select Shift. This allows me to select any one of the 6 gears at a time, and it won't upshift and it won't downshift. Or if I leave it in drive and toggle down through the gears, it'll give me first through fourth or first through third. It'll just lock out the top gears. It's a terrific solution. The whole performance pickup truck genre is almost as old as I am. In '63, '64, Dodge introduced a D100 pickup with a 426 street wedge V8 engine in it. And everyone from then until the Raptor was sort of a one-trick pony. Fast in a straight line, sometimes good handling, couldn't tow anything with them, couldn't haul anything with them. The Raptor changed all that, and it gets even better with this SuperCrew. Towing is up to 8,000 pounds now, hauling is up to 1,030 pounds. But I was concerned that that extra foot of length and 300 pounds of weight was going to dull the performance. But after a day of pounding around the Upper Peninsula on all sorts of roads and on the Rayco Proving Ground track, I'm pretty convinced that this thing is still a pretty engaging vehicle to drive. So far, we've gone bounding through the Anza-Borrego Desert in a Raptor. I've driven one through the muck and mud at Ford Michigan Proving Ground, and now we've taken them through snow and ice fields in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Who knows where we'll take a Raptor next, but I bet it's going to get us through.